How are you now? I'm wearing a hat today. I was too lazy to style my hair this morning, but I was also too self-conscious to let anyone see it without it being styled. Anyways, welcome back to Tanner's Books and Beyond. Welcome back to me actually trying to talk about bookish things again. My main focus over the past month was to almost solely focus on my NaNoWriMo novel, and it worked out pretty well because I won, yay, but that also meant that I fell behind on a lot of important stuff, and that includes this channel. I was actually more active on here than I expected myself to be, but it still wasn't as big a focus in my life as I usually try to make it. But now November is over, I'm finally back in the land of the living, and I can finally start focusing on some other important stuff. So in fact, that's what today's video is about. I have made a list in my Gravity Falls journal that I have titled, can you see it? Shit to do in December. And the first time on this list is watch Netflix, and that might seem like a weird thing to prioritize because, like, everyone has huge Netflix lists, but, like, the stuff on my list is stuff that I'm pretty sure almost everyone else has already watched. Because the first thing on there is Luke Cage, which came out way back in September, right in the middle of me working on Diversathon, so I was kind of burnt out from that, and I wasn't watching that. And then October came and I was focusing on Undead October, and then November came and I was focusing on Nano. So basically it's been 3 months or so since Luke Cage comes out and I haven't seen anything of it. And my one friend Ryan was like, "Oh, you need to watch Luke Cage, man." And I'm like, "I'm getting there, Ryan, I'm getting there." So anyways, other stuff on that list is Lady Dynamite, which I'm pretty sure actually came out over the summer. I watched one episode and I wasn't entirely sure what to think of it, but I kept hearing really good things about it, so I'm gonna give it another try, and it's only half an hour, so that's why I'm prioritizing that, because I'm pretty sure I can tear through it pretty quickly. Another thing that I can tear through pretty quickly is Degrassi. I've binge watched the entire series, not the 80s series, I haven't watched anything of the 80s series, but starting with the 2000 series with Emma and Manny and JT and all them, I started there and I binged that whole thing starting back in like March of this year. And I thought I'd be able to have it all done by the time the second half of Next Class came out for this year, and I didn't reach that, so I thought I'd be able to have it all done by like September, and then yeah, shit kept happening, and so basically I've caught up on everything except for all the stuff on Netflix. So that's another thing I have to get on. I want to try and be able to have watched all the Degrassi I need to by the end of this year. Now, related to Netflix stuff is getting through everything I have on my DVR, and you know, that's actually something I have tried to work on, mainly because last time we had too many shows on the DVR, it kind of exploded and took all of our shows with it, including stuff that I'd been recording over the summer and was waiting for a time to watch, and it also happened on a night where basically every single show that me and my parents watched together was airing its season premiere, so that was fun. But yeah, stuff like Supergirl and The Flash and Pitch and Insecure, I've been falling behind on those, and I try to catch up every once in a while, but I'm just gonna have to binge a majority of those at some point. Now also, here's something that's probably a bit more important than those. Clean my desk. My desk is a fucking disaster area. I'd show you, but I'm incredibly embarrassed. It's just covered with all sorts of things. It says like old snack bowls and comics that I've read but I've yet to put away and put in bags. It's got bed sheets. Why are there bed sheets on my desk? I need to change the sheets on my bed. Hang on. Okay, so bed is done. Oh, and another thing I can check off is beating the Elite Four, because I actually managed to do that this morning in Pokemon Sun. Let's see, another one on here is buy new sunglasses that actually fit my enormous head. Although, I could actually probably just wear my Pikachu sunglasses more. Now, the other things on here are bookish things, including my TBR list, and I still have this huge shelf behind me of books that I need to read, and I've got a big shelf over there of the stuff that I'm specifically wanting to read next. But the 3 major books that I want to read before the month is out are Persuasion by Jane Austen, Fangirl by Rainbow Rowell, and Zeros by Chuck Wendig. Now, Fangirl is on there because I've actually already started reading it. It's something I tried to read between doing Diversathon in September and starting up Undead October, but between being burnt out from reading so many books in a small space of time and trying to plan for Undead October, I just couldn't get into it, and so I only ended up getting maybe 100 pages into it, which seems pretty far, but I'm probably going to have to reread a few of those because now it's been like 2 months since I even looked at it. So that's something I want to read just because I don't like having books that I start and then had to stop partway through. And that's also the reason that Persuasion is on there. Persuasion is the book I was trying to read in the middle of also doing my NaNoWriMo, but because I was so focused on writing as much as I could, the only time I found to read it was during my lunch breaks at work. And you know, it's pretty difficult to get into a Jane Austen book when you're only reading it for 50 minutes a day, like every other day. And like halfway through, I just decided, you know what, I can't do this. I have to Google the family tree of these characters every time I crack it open because I keep forgetting who they are. I need to be able to just sit down and read it in large chunks over a day or two. And like, it is one of Jane Austen's really smaller novels, so that shouldn't be an issue. But again, that's something I need to get through just because I don't like having unfinished books. And Zeros is one I need to read before January, although it could leak into January. The main kicker is that it's something I need to read before Diversathon starts. See, Diversathon is coming back. Hoorah! It's coming back in January, and I want to be able to suggest some diverse books, and one of the books I'm thinking I might be able to suggest is Zeros. And Zeros is a book about a group of hackers that basically get captured and detained by the government, and the government says, we're not gonna technically imprison you, but we are gonna force you guys to work for us. And like, as they're doing that, they uncover this huge conspiracy, and then they have to go rogue again, except instead of being rogue on their own before, now they're rogue together as friends. And the hackers come from all sorts of different backgrounds. Like, there's a guy who's just an old school troll, there's someone who is like an anonymous styled Robin Hood character, and then there's also a character who is specifically stated to be a hacktivist who is involved in the Arab Spring. And so I'm interested to see how that character works and how they work with the other characters. And I want to see if this actually does a good representation of people who were involved in all of that Arab Spring political upheaval. And it's possible that it won't be a good representation at all. It's possible that it'll be incredibly shitty, but I want to read it to find out. Because if it is a good representation, then it's something I can put on the diverse Rex list. And it's not a good representation. Look, I almost threw a book out of a car window because 5 pages in it used the word Oriental, so I'm totally willing to just light this on fire if it is incredibly offensive. I also got on here Read My ASL book, which is a big thing because ASL's been something I've been hoping to learn for a while now, and my friend actually knew this, so she got me the Signing for Dummies book, but now that I've got more free time, I should be able to read it more in depth, and it should be able to give me a good foundation until I'm able to get into an actual ASL class. Then I've got stuff I need to do for this channel itself, including making several videos, the main one being making a book haul video. I got a whole bunch of books over October and November, and I wanted to make a book haul video before I started doing my Nano, but I just didn't have the time, so I'm gonna make a great big book haul video covering everything. It's gonna be really long, it's got like 25 books on there. It's a lot of stuff that I got for my birthday, but I'm gonna try and get it out as soon as I can because that's kind of my #1 priority on here. And then the second priority video is making a NaNoWriMo after action report because I won this year and that's pretty cool, and I want to make a video talking about what I plan on doing next, how I'm gonna keep this motivation going, what I'm gonna do if I finish the novel, fix the draft, get a good draft, and all that kind of stuff, and you know, what kind of stuff that you guys can do if you won, or even if you didn't win. Also, tag videos. I've been tagged in like 3 or 4 different tag videos months ago. I think I've got one sitting in there back from August. So those are also things that I need to get onto just so I can get them off all sorts of to-do lists. Also, I need to make an actual review video for Hannah Moskowitz' Not Otherwise Specified because it's basically my favorite book of all time now, and I keep on waxing poetic about it in several videos, but I've never actually made a full, complete review video of it, so I'm pretty sure that's something that I need to create. And then there's some social networking stuff that I need to do, the main one being making a dedicated Tumblr for my YouTube channel and just my bookish stuff in general. I do post my YouTube videos on my main Tumblr blog, but it's one of those where it's basically just whatever the fuck I want putting on it. It doesn't have any kind of specific focus, so I want to make a blog that is solely about books and the books I like and the videos that I'm putting up. Related to that, I also want to start using my Goodreads account more. I made one like 3 or 4 years ago, but then didn't touch it after like the first week of creating it, and I want to start getting back into it, and I want to post reviews for many of the books that I've read, especially books that I've done on this channel, because quite often I don't have the time to do a review video of every single book that I've read for each month on this channel. There's a lot of stuff that slips through the cracks, and I'll try and put in a word here or there on whether I liked it or not, but I can't really go into detail. And even in dedicated review videos, I don't like them running super long, so I try to condense my thoughts, and so there are a lot of things that get left out. Plus, I try also to not talk about spoilers, and at least on Goodreads, in the review section, I'm able to notify people when spoilers are coming up so that I can talk freely about stuff that happens past a certain point of no return. But anyways, yeah, that's definitely something that I need to get back into. And the final thing on my shit to do in December list, and the thing that everyone else can put on their list as well, is breathe. Just take a breath, relax, find your center. I know that the holiday season can be a huge heck on some people, and with everything else going on in the world, it's going to be even more troublesome. But just take a breath. If you feel panic and fear and darkness creeping up on you, you just turn around and you point your finger in its face and you say, hey, fuck off, darkness. You have no power over me. I got mad faith in you guys, and I look forward to seeing you all in my next video, and I look forward to seeing you all in the new year, which is actually creeping up on us pretty quickly, so I better get to work. So until my next video, I'll see you all later.